Guys, I am beyond excited when it comes to College Football 25 and the gameplay information that we just got from the Deep Dive blog and Deep Dive trailer. I can be here for hours talking about everything that they shared. This Deep Dive blog is massive. I definitely recommend every single person reading it and watching the trailer. I'm going to focus more on the strategic gameplay features that we got on both sides of the ball that are honestly some of the best features in a football game we've ever gotten. I'm so excited about it, but there is something for everyone when it comes to this game. Even like the wear and tear system, which I'm not going to talk too much about because that's more simulation football, which is cool. I think this game will be sim, but me coming as a competitive Madden player, I want to talk more about the competitive tools that we now have. I'm going to try to cover this in less than 10 minutes, but there's a lot. First, playbooks. There's 134 teams, which means 134 playbooks, plus 10 non-team playbooks. You have the air raid, multiple, pistol, power spread, option, pro, run and shoot, spread option, and veer and shoot. Plus, you can customize and save them as custom playbooks, adding an extra layer of strategy to the game. You have new plays, trick plays like do-it-yourself reverse. You have more RPO plays in this game, more triple options. You would think that would be OP, but real quickly, I want to talk about the option game and the fact that they added stuff defensively for it as well. Now, in coaching adjustments, rather than just a single option defense, conservative or aggressive like you would in Madden, which didn't really work to defend bubble screens and, OP stretch bubbles, right? Well, now you can instruct the read and the pitch key separately on how to defend it. You can tell the read and react defender, play the quarterback every time. But at the same time, you could tell the pitch defender, always play the bubble screen, right? Like you could have the pitch play conservative and the read play conservative, or one play aggressive, one play conservative. It could confuse your opponent, making them make mistakes. And that is what you need to try to force your opponent to do. You don't want them to easily make the right read when it comes to laterals on speed options or passing with these RPOs. So I think there will be some balance to that. Now, defensively, no more baseline, which might hurt a lot of competitive Madden players, but they added something more realistic and better, like a better version of baseline. We now can disguise our coverage shells. So you could come out in a cover 2, but make it look like cover 3. Even after you pick a play, you have the option to showcase a single high or two high look, depending on the formation you've chosen. But not just that, before you pick the play, let's say you pick cover 4, you can make that look like a cover 0 blitz look when you break the huddle. Or you can make a cover 6 look like cover 2 man. You can make a cover 2 look like cover 3. So you can scheme however you want. Scheming, strategy, the chess match is going to be huge, and we have so many tools. Disguising your shells is just one of them, and there's a lot of ways that we can really take advantage of this new feature. I'm excited about it. But I'm actually way more excited about this feature. Probably the best feature ever added to a football game, maybe besides the hit stick, and that's the switch stick. Now, I'm going to talk about my thoughts on it in a second. Let me first just read what it says to give you a basic idea of what the switch stick is, and then how I'm thinking how you can really utilize this to make it be the biggest game changer in a football game that we've ever had. So, have you ever found yourself making adjustments to defend your opponent's passing game, or to try and stop the same pass plays over and over being repeatedly used against your defense? Get ready for control like you've never had. We're introducing the switch stick, a simple yet powerful tool to make defense switching more compelling. When you're lurking in pass coverage, you're going to flick the right stick. Okay, this will directionally switch you to other coverage defenders according to the direction of how you're flicking that stick, thus allowing you to play multiple levels of the field in an instance. So say you're on the right of screen linebacker and you want to switch to the inside third safety. As you just seen in that video, you can click onto them and pick off a seam pass, or let's say they're doing a cover 3 bomb, streak skinny post, and you want to take that away yourself, you can click on to that guy to defend it. Let's say they're attacking a sideline. Let's say you see immediately double corner is coming, right? That was something that people heavily used in Madden 24. Well, guess what? If you notice that and you don't have the defense to properly defend that, you can click onto a flat zone, and instead of him playing as a traditional hard flat or curl flat, you can make him play like a 30-yard flat yourself without having to set that in your zone drops. Or you could just take control of your outside third defender and bait them into maybe throwing the streak or the corner route. You can take that away yourself. There's going to be a high skill gap with this when it comes to clicking on, strategically trying to confuse your opponent, baiting them, and getting user pick sixes and things like that we've never seen. And honestly, when you think of competitive anything, right? Competitive gaming, especially competitive Madden, you're always looking to manipulate the AI, right? You're looking to have AI, like glitching the AI in any way you can while avoiding the user. If the user's in the middle of the field, you want to throw to the sideline. If the user somehow is on the sideline, you want to high-low the middle of the field, right? That's typically how competitive Madden has been. Well, with this, you can take away any type of AI manipulation that you see. Again, if they're trying to do a one-play touchdown, you could take it away yourself. If they're trying to flood the sideline, you could take that away yourself. And you don't have to start on that defender. You could click onto an outside corner and take it away. Maybe taking away a bubble screen RPO that might be OP, but now you just click on and take it away yourself. Even the rollout, right? I abuse the rollout in Madden 24. There's almost no defense to stop the rollout. You kind of need 0-yard flats and blitzing them in to try to stop it or to user rush the rollout in Madden 24. Well, now you would just use the switch stick, switch to a flat zone. It doesn't have to be a 0-yard flat. It could be a regular flat, and have him run at the quarterback if they roll out, or maybe even fake like you're going to blitz in at the quarterback, go back and pick off a route above it like a corner route or something like that. There is going to be a lot of strategy involved with the switch stick. It's going to be amazing. Now, there's a lot of defensive tools that we got, right? But we also got some really great offensive things added to gameplay for College Football 25, and I'm really hoping this stuff is in Madden as well. If the switch stick is in Madden, that's going to be amazing. But let me talk about the offensive side of the ball. So I mentioned playbooks, right? And how now it's going to let us be able to be as creative as we've ever been with 134 different playbook options, right? With every single college team being different than the other. Whereas, some teams are more spread. You have like the wide splits, but then also some teams are going to be more focused on running or triple option with the flex bone, wishbone, right? Things like that. Defensively, to mention 4-2-5, 3-3-5 tight. There's going to be a lot of different things that we haven't had before. But not just all of these different playbooks and probably new formations, but now we also have more pre-play controls. They revamped the hot route systems, okay? Hot routes have undergone a revamp, providing all players with access to 12 unique routes. For instance, the new Bang 8 route has been incorporated into the outside wide receiver tree. So this is going to be essentially like Hot Route Master, but for every quarterback, it sounds like, right? So slot receivers will have their own certain routes, outside receivers will have their routes, tight ends, running backs, etc. But they also changed it up. So it's not just the extra 4 routes, but if you take a look, it looks like standard, we're getting post slants, corner routes. So that means no matter what formation you're in, let's say you want to be in a formation because of the run, but they don't have good pass plays. Now, with any single formation, you could have a post to the right or a corner to the left. But what if you had a post, but you want it to be a skinny post instead? Well, here's another amazing feature, probably my second favorite feature when it comes to College Football 25, besides the switch stick, and that's custom stems. So how custom stems works is think smart routing, but you're in complete control of that type of smart route. It's no longer where it's 2nd and 5, we're going to smart route the route to the 5-yard marker. Now you can customize how you want that to be. So think like a corner route. Let's say you wanted on 1st and 10 for a corner route to look like as if it is 3rd and 1. So a 3rd and 1 smart routed corner would have barely any stem to it, which would almost be like a diagonal deep route. Now you can do that even on 1st and 10. And you probably could do that with routes we're not even thinking about. Like I'm just trying to think of maybe like a wheel route or a running back streak, how it goes like out and up, which is kind of like a stem. What if you were able to make it go consistently diagonal up and just keep going that way? Like you could probably create new routes that we've never had just based off these custom stems, which makes offense between that, the extra hot routes, the extra playbooks and formations, it makes offense so much more fun. But at the same time, we have so many defensive tools also, creating a balance of new tools to add strategy, chess match, and the cat and mouse game to football, which is my greatest version of any type of football game. Now, I want to end this with 2 things that are very important that I actually disliked about Madden the last few years. Abilities, and more importantly with abilities, quarterback abilities. Set feet lead, pass lead elite. It made the throwing way too OP when you had set feet lead or when you had pass lead elite for those that played Madden the last few years, right? But then if you didn't have that, it felt like you couldn't use any quarterback without those velocity abilities. Check this out, though, with revamped passing for College Football 25. Quarterback, the iconic position of football. Our main objective in the pass game was to hone the art of layering the football. This includes everything from dropping the ball in the bucket to your tight end between the linebacker and safety, to throwing a bullet on the 12-yard dig route. These new trajectory changes really allow you to throw the receiver open. So it says the biggest change you'll feel immediately is how we evolve the concept of throw power. This is what I'm talking about, why I think this is going to be great. It says throw power doesn't simply refer to the distance of the throw, but how hard you can throw it, how strong the pass is, like a set feet or pass lead elite, right? That difference in feeling. Now it's attributed to the throw power rating and probably not necessarily an ability, which would be amazing if that's the case. So it says, you often hear color commentators discuss a quarterback's arm strength in the context of 10 to 15 yard bullets on hooks and dig routes, or even like out routes from the left hash to the right, to the sideline, right? Rather than 60-yard bombs. So that's going to be a good change if you don't need an ability, and it's more so, hey, if you have like 95 throw power, it's going to feel like you have set feet, and it's attributed more to stats. I think stats over abilities is better. And this game does have abilities, but it's completely different. And I'm going to end the video with that. Now, when it comes to abilities, this is going to be more so like 2K. It's going to be tiered by bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. I don't really like abilities in Madden, but I do like abilities, these type of badges, when it comes to 2K. 2K has tiered badges. This is going to be like tiered abilities. And why I think that's good is because it now makes abilities more so like traits, right? Because you even have, it says, you now are going to have physical and mental abilities. There's 80 abilities, things that we've never seen before in the football gaming space, tiered by bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. But yes, you want superstars to feel like superstars, but it was almost too much when someone with an ability, no matter the stats, right? Like if you have 85 zone, but you have deep out zone KO, it's almost going to be like 99 zone with deep out zone KO in Madden. Whereas now, if they do have a deep out zone KO, for example, which I don't know if college football is even going to have that, it will be tiered. And also, they're situational boosts. There's no guaranteed in these abilities. It's not a, hey, if you have this ability, like how thresholds were, right? Like if you reach this threshold or if you have this ability, this will guarantee to happen. You'll guarantee to knock out the pass. You're guaranteed to throw the high velocity passes with set feet leader. You're guaranteed to get the jukebox animation. This gives you more increased chance, and probably the higher you go in a tier list, the more chance you'll get, or the more effective the ability will be. That's why I said it's more so going to be like traits, whereas if you think about NBA 2K, almost every player has some type of badge, right? But bronze badges, like bronze rim protector, could block shots, but not anywhere near as good as Hall of Fame rim protector. Same thing with like rebound chaser. For those that have played NBA 2K, you know what I'm talking about. I think tiering it adds balance, separates the players, but if abilities are going to matter so much, which they always have had since they've been in Madden, now it's no longer of this player has an ability, this player doesn't, therefore the player with the ability is so far better than the others. Now it's going to be like, hey, this player has an ability, he can get things done, this is what he's good at, just not as good as the best in the game, which college should really showcase that with the different levels of skilled college players with all 134 teams. Sorry, I can't stop there. There's so many gameplay features added to this game. If you think about the trenches for the offensive line, there's 6 pass protection targeted schemes now. They revamped the pass protection mechanics. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to be, but if there is a chess match where if you slide, let's say full slide left, and they're actually making it look like an overload left, but it's now a B gap to the right. Now you're going to get screamed at to the right side. If you can make everything look the same to go along with your shells all looking the same, because you could disguise that as well. Now that, to me, is football. As a content creator, as a tip provider with the tips and ebook and scheme site, that's the type of content I like to do, where I can make everything look the same. I can come out and show one thing, but it actually, I'm painting a picture for it to be something else. I love that about football on Sundays. I love that about football on Saturdays. And I'm going to love that in this game. I really hope all of this stuff is in Madden. But for College Football 25, even if it's not in Madden, at least we have a game with all of that in there. There's a new kicking meter. Hopefully that adds a skill gap to kicking the ball, because kicking field goals is pretty easy in Madden. So hopefully that changes things up for College Football 25. Play action was revamped in run situations such as first down or less than 3 yards to the first down marker. The run fit defenders will play the play action run fake more than, like, it'll be amplified, which is great. Playmaker, now this is a little scary, but College Football 25 is meant to be more fun. It's fast paced, and the playmaker mechanic has been revamped for increased responsiveness and control. That might be OP, we'll see. Defensive pursuit, I like that ratings and stats matter more than abilities. A player's pursuit rating is key in this aspect of the angles that they take when pursuing the ball carrier in space, which is you're really gonna see that in College Football 25 with the different range of overalls, right? A bad college, the higher end college football teams are gonna have better overall players, and it's gonna be noticeably different with those ratings as opposed to a smaller school. I promise you guys, there's even more gameplay information and features, changes, and additions, things that you're not expecting to be in a football game based off what you've been playing with Madden. I highly suggest you check out this gameplay deep dive blog. I'll link it in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. I'm going to be back with more College Football 25 news. We're also going to be doing College Football 25 tips, guides, and strategies in the same membership as Madden 25. So we got you covered on that with the best College Football 25 tips. Utilizing all these features, trust me, I already have it in my head of how I'm going to utilize all these new tools on both sides of the ball. It's going to be insane. So stay tuned for more information regarding that. I'll see you guys for the next College Football 25 or Madden video. It's Lights from Madden Daily. Later.